Okay, so for the first glitch, you need to have someone else lying down. You need to also lie down. And if you go on top of the other person, then you'll just start flying. You could technically just keep going up forever. And this is probably most useful for just getting up onto buildings. So this second one, you need another person, and you need to both be lying down and have shift lock on, which essentially, if you press shift, then your character goes towards the way your camera's facing. So you need to go on top of the person and press shift while the camera's facing away from the door. And if you do it right, then you could just go through the door. Okay, so for this one, you just need to go into that area down there. You could turn on shift lock, which makes it easier, and you just slide in there with the left and right keys. And that's pretty much it. So for this one, you need to have somebody with the ATV access drive a car or the ATV and have it be like along a wall, and you just need to keep going onto it, and you can eventually clip sometimes. For the rest of these glitches, you can either zoom in to turn your character around, or press shift with shift lock on, which turns your character around. I typically zoom in. So on this one, you can go into, this is probably the easiest way to get into this area. You push your character up against the corner of this area, and then put your camera there, and then zoom in to go into first person. You do the same thing here. You jam your character into the corner, zoom out, and then zoom back into first person, and then you can clip through the wall. This one works the same way. You just put your character in the corner in first person, turn the camera this way, and then go back and zoom into first person with your mouse scroll wheel. And once you get here, you just press C a few times, which makes you crouch, and then you get in here. I don't think you can get out of this room without police help, though. Okay, this one, you could go through doors, but it's very hard. You can go through doors and gates. Normally shift lock works better with it. You just have to go into the middle like I'm doing, turn the camera around, and then zoom back in, or press shift if you're using shift lock instead. And then eventually you'll get in, but the other methods that I'm showing are easier and they work better. Yeah, it works better with shift. This one you can go through any of these gates. It's just as hard as the last one. You do the same thing pretty much. You can zoom in or press shift to do this. This one's taking me a while, so I'm just speeding up the footage. Yeah, and I eventually got through that one. And then this one, I eventually get through. So sometimes you get stuck like this, so I'm just pressing some different buttons to try to get me out. And I eventually get free. So this is the most useful one. You could do it in a bunch of places. What you want to do is go into first person mode by zooming in and put your face around there and zoom back out. and then zoom in at that angle. And then you could these doors are pretty easy to clip through. I think you can also do shift. Another place is the prison cells. You could go out of here. This is the fastest way to escape the prison, actually. And you could clip through these bars and then escape. I was able to escape in 12 seconds with this. But it sometimes can be a little hard at first if you don't know how to do it. Another place is here by the vent. Sometimes it brings you out of the vent, like out of bounds, and sometimes it brings you in. For some reason, doing it in this corner doesn't work that well, so I found that if you do it there, then it works better if you face the camera there. Once you're in, you can also clip out of bounds here to get out of the prison. Yeah, see? Here's the other variation, and it's kind of just random. Sometimes you can get clipped into the vents, and this time I did. I got clipped into the vents. And sometimes you just go out of bounds, like last time. You can clip through all these doors when they're locked, and you can also clip through these when they're closed as well, using the same technique. There. And you can also clip through this door. This door is really easy to clip through. And then you could just clip back out through it. Or you could use the corner. But yeah, that's pretty much it.